Have you ever thought about death? I know it's not something that people usually want to talk about or even think about, but what if? Have you fulfilled your life? Would you want a second chance? In the US today, there are over 120,000 people on the National Transplant List waiting for a life-saving organ. The American Transplant Foundation states that every day 22 people die from lack of organs. Today I'll be talking about the benefits of organ donation. I will cover 3 simple topics: the different kind of donors and the donations, statistics of donations, and then why you should consider becoming a donor. So first I'm just going to talk about the different kinds of organs and tissues you're able to donate. You're able to donate 6 different kinds of organs, including the heart, intestine, kidneys, liver, lungs, and the pancreas. You're able to donate 10 different kinds of tissues, including bone, cartilage, corneas, fascia, heart valves, ligaments, pericardium, tendons, skin, and veins. So a lot of people believe that there are only one kind of donor, but that statement is false. There are 2 kinds of donors. There's a deceased donor, of course, and then there's a living donor. So first I'm going to talk about the kind of donations a deceased donor can do. They can do all of the different organ types that you first heard of: the heart, intestine, kidneys, liver, lungs, and the pancreas. The only way that they're able to donate these, however, is if they are viable. And the only way to be viable is to have every one of those organs tested and processed to make sure that it's healthy enough to be put into the donee. Now we're going to talk about living donors. So a living donor can only donate 3 different kinds of organs. They are able to donate a kidney. The reason they're able to donate a kidney is because you have 2 kidneys and you only need 1 to survive. You're also able to donate your liver. The way they do that is they take a portion of your liver and then the other portion regenerates itself. And so it'll be easy in a few months to gain your whole liver back. You're also able to donate a portion of the lung. And when I was researching this, it was actually pretty interesting because they take 2 separate lobes from 2 different people who are healthy and non-smokers, and they take a piece of the right lung and a piece of the left lung to put it back into the donee. And I thought that was pretty cool. So the American Transplant Foundation and UNOS have been a source of gaining information about donations and the transplant process, and they also offer a lot of facts. So these are some of the facts that they offer. Another name is added to the list every 10 minutes. 1 deceased donor can save up to 8 lives. And then organ recipients are selected based on 3 basic components: their medical need, the location, and the compatibility. So they also offer facts like statistics. So I'm just going to go over some of the statistics over the few years. So in 2013, there was a little over 8,000 people deceased donors who have donated organs. To date, there are well over 190,000 donations performed all over the country since 1988. So for living donors in 2013, there was almost 6,000 donations and transplants that happened that year. This year there is almost 1,000, and the reason that it's not that high is because we're only in the 3rd month of the year, so that number is subject to change. And all in all, that reaches a little over 100,000 to date. So all donations all add up to roughly 340,000, 100,000 that have ever been performed. So that was pretty cool. So why consider donation? The reason you should consider becoming a donor is because of how many lives it has saved. If you look back at all the donations, it has saved well over 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 people, and it's pretty amazing. It also impacts a lot of lives. So let's watch this video real quick. It's loading real quick. So it might play without sound. So pretty much the video is just following the life of a guy who received a heart transplant. And so he is going through life doing a bucket list. This bucket list isn't his though. It is the bucket list of the person he got the heart from. So as you can see, the last thing on his list is to do more for mom. And so you see him painting the fence, and right there is the organ donation's mom. She's feeling the heart. So even though he has the heart of her son, she still gets to hear it beat. And something like that is super important to a lot of people, is even though their loved one is gone, their loved one is still there with them. So all in all, this presentation was supposed to inform you about different kinds of donations, how you can become a donor, and why you should consider becoming a donor. Because we all know that if we were in a situation like that, we would want someone to help us in our time of need. So is there any questions?
That's good.
Okay.